Hello guys, welcome back once again in the new video of software engineering, and in this video we will talk about what is software engineering. So in my previous video we have discussed what is software and what is the difference between software and the program, and if you did not watch my previous video, so I have given the link in the description box. So the first question is that what is software engineering? Actually, software engineering is the product of two words, software plus engineering. So we have already created lecture on the software. So software is a set of instructions which enable hardware to perform a specific task. So software actually program plus documentation is called software. So software is a set of instructions which enable the hardware to perform a specific set of tasks. And another thing is the engineering. Engineering is the application of scientific and practical knowledge of event, design, build and maintain. Actually, engineering is the practical work. So like in the mechanical engineering, we created and designed the cars or other mechanical parts. So like in the same way, in the software engineering, we created, design and maintain the softwares. So actually it is the practical work. So software engineering is the process of designing, developing, testing and maintaining the software. So like in the other engineering fields, in the software engineering we designing, developing, testing and maintaining the software. So it is a systematic and disciplined approach to software development that aims to create high quality, reliable and maintainable software. So its meaning is that it is a process of designing, developing, testing, maintaining the software. Actually, when we include all the phases of the software like designing, developing, testing and maintaining, so it is called a software engineering. So it is a systematic approach because when we develop the software, we follow all the principles of the software engineering. So it is a systematic and disciplined approach. So without follow the principle of software engineering, we cannot create a good software. So here aim of the software engineering to create a high quality, reliable and maintainable software. So software engineering apply engineering principles and knowledge of programming language to build software solution for end users. So actually in the software engineering we use the software engineering principle and knowledge of programming language to build software solution for end users. So without follow the software engineering principle and without any knowledge of the programming language, we cannot create a software. So the next point is that what is the principles and rules of the software engineering. Here principle means that what rules we should be follow. So here first principle is the modularity. Modularity means that breaking the software into smaller reusable component that can be developed and tested independently. So the next principle of the software engineering is the abstraction. So abstraction meaning is that hiding the implementation detail of a component and exposing only the necessary functionality of other part of the software. If we take here example of a car, so here driver of the car drive the car, but he did not know how the engine of the car works. So how the wires of the cars is connected, internal functionality of the car driver actually did not know, but he know that how the car drives. He know about the basic knowledge of driving of a car. Actually abstractions work in the same way that we will always hiding the implementation detail of a component, because when we launch any software in the market, suppose we are using any WhatsApp app, you are using any Facebook app, so user of the Facebook or users of the WhatsApp or any other banking apps did not know about the internal coding structure and how the function and how the internal components are working, but the user know about the basic functionality, that how the app will be run and how the app will be used, how the user will be created. So basic knowledge of the app user know, but the internal details and implementation detail of the code user did not know about the any other app. So it is the principle of the software engineering So it is the abstraction, because any company when launch a software, so it's hide the implementation detail of the software and only expose the necessary functionality to the other part of the software or to the user. So the next principle and rule of the software engineering is the reusability. So what is the meaning of the reusability? Reusability means that creating component that can be used in multiple project, which can be save time and resource. Suppose here is the project 1, so project 1 and project 2, and here is the project 3. So it can be more than 3. So multiple project you are creating. Suppose you created one component 1 for the project 1, and the same component you can use in the project 2 and same component you can used in the project 3. So the same functionality component you can used in multiple project. If the functionality of the component is same, so it can save time and resource, because we need not to code multiple times of the same functionality. So the next point is the maintenance. We know that everything need maintenance. If you are purchasing any electronic device in your homes, so the maintenance required in every items you are using in your home, like your TV, like your AC, refrigerator, so all things require maintenance. So like in the same way, software require maintenance. So in the software, so regularly updating and improvement software to bug fixing, new features, address security, and software should be maintainable. It should be easy to make changes according to demand. So in the software engineering, so maintenance require like bug fixing, enhancement, replacement, security issues. So suppose any software organization launch any software in the market for any organization. So like this is any organization and this is a software which is launched by any software organization. So suppose this organization faces some issues after some time, so we need to bug fixing. So the bug will be fixed by the same software company, or it can be the another company, but mainly organization will prefer to the same software company where the software is developed. So suppose after some times organization want to add some extra features, so it is called enhancement, like want to add some extra features. So for this we need maintenance. Or the organization want to replacement, change some functionality of the software. So the suppose organization want to change some functionality of the software. So all these type of changes, the maintenance is required. So the maintenance is very important principle of the software engineering. The next point is the efficiency. So efficiency is defined as the ratio of energy consumed to work performed to produce a product. So however, when it comes to the software development, efficiency is defined as a amount of software developed or user requirement fulfilled divided by number of resources consumed, such as time, effort, and among other things. So it provides a measure of resource requirement of a software product in a efficient way. So efficiency actually show us that how much software is developed and what is the amount and number of resources is consumed for this software. So suppose we are creating here any software. So in the software, how much time, how much resources here can be the developer, how much developer is working on the software, how much testers is working on the software, how much designer is working on the same software. So how much resources is consumed for this software. So software is efficient or not. So software should be developed in the efficient way. So it provides a measure of resource requirement of a software product in efficient way. So the next point of the software engineering is the reliability and correctness. So its meaning is that software engineering principle emphasize techniques that reduce the number of defects and bugs in the software. So principles like modularization, top-down design, and software refinement break complex system into manageable parts of the easier verify for correctness. So strategies like unit testing, code review, walkthrough detect errors early in the software process. This result in more reliable software that behave as intended. So here meaning is that software should be reliable and correctness. So if the software is defected, so it will not work correctly. So this principle of the software engineering ensure that software should be reliable and correct. So if we are using the techniques like modularization, top-down design and stepwise refinement, this type of process break the complete software into manageable parts that are easier to verify for the correctness. If you are using all the principle of the software engineering, so the strategies like unit testing, code review, walkthrough, so this type of techniques detect the error in the early development process, so the result in more reliable software that behave as intended. So the next rule you can say the portability. So software portability is the capacity to use the same software in different contexts. It refers to the software that is available on two or more platforms or that can be recompiled for them. So common type of portability include application, source code and data portability. Here portability means that you are running your software in the Windows machine or the same software is you are using in the Mac machine, or you can use the same software in the multiple machines. It can be the more than one machine. So this is the portability, that you can use the one software in the another machine. So software should be portable, that you can easily run on the one machine and other machines. So if you are using Git or any DevOps like technologies in your software development, so you can easily run the same software in multiple machines, or you can share your code with one machine to another machine. So the next point of the software rules is the testing. Here testing means that verify the software meets requirement and free of bugs. Yeah, it's a very important part of the software engineering. Suppose the software is developed, so after the development, suppose here the development is completed, then the testing of the software is performed. So after development, testing is performed. So testing actually verifying that software meets its requirement and is free of bug. So the testing team will verify that software should be free of bugs and meet the user requirement. So the next point is the productivity and cost. So the well engineered software that follow basic principle and tend to less expensive to develop, test and maintain in the long run. So good design technique minimize the rework and duplication of effort. So the next point is that keep it simple. So software simplicity by focusing on avoiding pointless complexity and giving priority to crucial feature and functionality. So here keep it simple means that software should be simple and software should not be complex. So in this phase we will avoid the complexity, of the software. And software should not be complex, that is hard to understand to the other developers. So software should be simple and can be understandable by other team members. Don't repeat yourself. It is called a dry state, that we should not repeat the same thing too many times and too many places. So software system, it aims to reduce repetitive code and effort. So here means that we are using here the same code should not be repeat. So here dry principle tells us that same code should not be used multiple places. So here aim is to reduce the repeated code and effort, because if you write the same code in the multiple places, so it will increase the effort and the time. Big design upfront. So it is called BDUF principle, that state that software system should be designed as completely as possible before any coding begins. So here means that design should be designed as completely as possible before any coding begins. Before developing functionality, we should First, think about the architecture design of the whole system to smallest detail, then follow step to outline in our plan to implement it. So here meaning is that all the design of the software should be completed before begin of the coding phase, and after completed of the design phase we will follow all the steps of the software development, and after completed of the design phase we will start the coding phase and other phases of the software development. So I hope this video is very helpful for understanding the software engineering and software engineering principle. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching.